Today on episode 275 of Typical Chicago Fans, we have Sinkers and Floaters, the TCF Sports Minute, an NBA Roundup, college hoops catch-up, and the TCF Top 3 Spring Training hats for 2026. Let's roll.
I would like to wish you all the best with your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. Again, best of luck to you and your podcast, Typical Chicago Fans. And one final thought, Zach. Go Cubs and peace.
Hello and welcome back to Typical Chicago Fans, brought to you by our incredible sponsor, Connect Roasters Coffee. Today is episode 275. Make sure to follow us on X at typical_Chicago. Head to Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Give all those pages a like. Make sure you find us on YouTube. Just type in Typical Chicago Fans. Hit the red subscribe button there for all of our content in video form. Make sure you check out the podcast wherever you get them. We are on all of them, so subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars, whatever you can, wherever you get your podcast. We are there. You can find me on X at BoomyTCF. And, of course, the man that I am joined with tonight, that is Zach at ZLiliaTCF. Zach, we got to get it. Start with the weather, as always. We're so close to spring. It's going to lead into my sinker a little bit, but it hasn't been terrible lately, I guess you could say.
No, I'd say in the last few weeks we've had every type of weather.
Yes.
We've had warm, cold, all right. I mean, we got up in almost the 70s one day, 60s, 70s. And then we've gotten in down to like the 20s, 30s. But that's Illinois for you.
Amen, dude. And that's going to lead me right into my sinker. And that is heat. And like you said, we had, I think it was like 72 Fridays ago. And then, so it's kind of this whole story. Saturday night, so the day after, it was nice and warm. My wife pops up at like 1 o'clock in the morning and is like, hey, something smells wrong. Like something smells off in here. And we ran around the house. It smelled like smoke, but not like super intense smoke, almost just like something was, hot or, kind of starting to burn. We checked every outlet, every appliance, every electric thing in our house we went down to the basement. It was starting to get like a little like hazy, foggy kind of in the basement. So we knew something was wrong. And after searching the house for like 20 minutes, we finally called the fire department. It's the first time I've ever had to call the fire department to my house. And sure enough, our furnace had a little, I think the exact wording is the heating element went out, causing the wires to overheat, and they lay on top of each other, and they just kind of started smoldering. And so we got all that cut off, cut the power and everything. None of the smoke ever got upstairs, but obviously it was like in our HVAC system. We had 10 firefighters in our house on Saturday
10?
night at like 2. Yeah. Because we live right on the border of 2 townships. So one, like the in-town ones came, and then the ones from Troy Grove came, and they had to check that. My son never even woke up. And I had to check his bedroom, obviously. So there was a firefighter in full uniform whose radio.
He would have loved it.
What?
He would have loved it, probably.
Or he would have been freaked out either way.
It's better off that he stayed sleeping.
Yes, exactly. So, basically our furnace, we had a guy then out on Monday to look at it. Our furnace is so old, they had to order the part for it, and it's taking forever. And it is now, we're recording this on Sunday, so it's been almost 8 days and that we haven't had heat. So it has been a really, really fun week, and it's been an insanely busy week for me at work with postseason sports running. So we've been living, I've got a space heater like right down here, living on space heaters and heated blankets and all that fun stuff. But hopefully it gets fixed on Monday or Tuesday. That's the ETA date we've been given.
I have a question. Would you rather your furnace go out or your air conditioning go out?
Air, without a doubt. I hate being cold. I hate the winter. And in my house, like, we've done so much content in my basement. My basement stays like pretty cool in the summer. It's always 25 degrees colder in our basement than it is the rest of the house. And I grew up without air conditioning. So I can live without air conditioning. Heat, it sucks. I hate being cold. I would rather it be 100 degrees than 20 degrees every single day of the year.
I would actually say I'm the other way. I would rather my air conditioning work and my furnace go out.
You grew up with air conditioning, though. I did.
But I know, but I can put layers on. You can only get so cool, I would say. I mean,
I don't disagree with
I
you.
hate being hot.
I know I'm in the minority here, but that's I hate.
Well, yeah, it's different scenarios, but
Yep.
I hate being hot. I don't like being sweaty. But you don't also like being cold either. But
Yes, either way, it sucks. But I don't know. This has not been a fun week at all.
no, and especially with Roman and everything.
Yeah, shout out to my mom. My mom has kind of saved us on a lot of fronts. Like they live 5 minutes away, so it's been really nice. Him being to stay there a couple nights when it couldn't happen when it was like spring, right? When it's 70 out, because we probably would have been fine. It's a brick house. We probably would have been just fine, and could wait a little while. But it dipped down to like 17 degrees the one night, and like I said, if it was just me and my wife in here, we'd probably be fine. But being he's only 2, we got to get this taken care of ASAP.
And really only at night is when it gets really cold out.
Yeah.
Lately, it's been pretty decent throughout the day, which you kind of gotten lucky with that, but it's still not warm.
Yeah, it is not been fun.
My stinker is every update about the Chicago Bears stadium. I'm getting very annoyed.
I love it.
I know you do, but it's just like I'm so tired. I don't want to hear anything else until the deal is done. Because 1 week they're probably going to Indiana. Now it's Chicago and Illinois have new plans for it and everything. But there's no like real set time of when something is going to happen. I'm just tired of it. I think Kevin Warren is doing a terrible job at his job right now by letting all this leak out into the media. None of this should have happened. That anyone should know what's going on because
But that's the problem, though. If you ask for public money and you ask for tax money, this has to go out.
Well, I know, but what I mean is like
because these teams should be paying for their own stadiums, and everybody agrees with this until it's their team.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, it's just like as a fan, I'm just so tired of having different things go on. You know what I mean? I want to know when the shovel is going in the ground to make the first little construction area at the stadium. I don't need to know anything else until then. I'm so tired of, there's something going on here. Oh, there's this something going on in Illinois, Indiana, whatever. I'm just so tired of it. It's getting very frustrating. At this point, I just want the Bears to buy Soldier Field or Chicago, make a deal with them, stay at Soldier Field. I'm so tired of everything.
It's bad. It really makes the Bears look incompetent. And I'm not saying this just because I hate the Bears. But like you said, 1 week or every week, it's something new. And it really is.
I would say it makes Kevin Warren look bad because that's his job. There's no one else that really like Ryan Poles that they don't need to worry about the stadium. He was hired to do this job, and now everything's getting out, and there's no real set plan. Indiana's got this plan, and then Illinois is they got mad or whatever, and so they're going to make a new one. It's so old that they haven't nothing is close.
Yeah. Yep. You're right. And it's probably going to be a news story in a week or two.
Like I said, I've gotten to the point where, you know what? Let the Bears pay whatever you want for Soldier Field. Let them own it and stay there. I don't even care about a new stadium at this point.
Yeah, because like I said, this feels like it's been going on for 7 years now.
I know Big Cat said this. This also, you know who this makes look good? The Chicago Cubs. Because guess what? They've been able to keep Wrigley Field in the city. It's never going anywhere. Say what you want about the money that they kind of try and save or the way they use it. They've made Wrigley Field a place that's going to be there forever.
100%.
And that's very rare in a city. So I mean, because Soldier Field, that's the whole thing of they want to move out of the city because of the money and this and that. It's very annoying.
Yes, I
After a
agree.
season that they just had that they should be worrying about uh, how they did such a great job this season, and then next season expectations and stuff, and we're worrying about a stadium
Yes.
that is not going to be built for at least probably another 5 years, even if
Oh,
they
at least.
do make a plan today.
At least, yeah, absolutely. I'm tired of hearing about it. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm not even a Bears fan.
No, and also like the whole Indiana thing, like I don't think they're going to go to Indiana at this point. But even if they did, I mean, it sucks that it's in Indiana, but it's also like 20 minutes away from Chicago. I mean, it's barely in Indiana. It just seems weird. Like the Chiefs aren't in Kansas City.
Yeah, they are. They're in the Missouri, or not the Missouri side.
Yeah,
Or,
and
no,
then
they
like
are on the Missouri side.
like
They're
the 49ers aren't in San Francisco and stuff like that. But it's just it's so old.
yeah, I agree. It's something new every week, and I'm just tired of hearing about it. My floater this week is the World Cup, and that's because honestly, before the Olympics last week, I had kind of forgot the World Cup is taking place this year, and the reason that it's kind of come up here in the last week is because all of the unrest going on in two of the countries involved, obviously Mexico, where some of the games are being hosted, with the cartel unrest last week, and then Iran with the U.S. And Israel bombing in Iran and the conflict going on there. I didn't realize Iran, I believe, has already qualified for the World Cup, and then now there's questions being raised as whether they're going to be allowed to compete in it and all that stuff. But all of like this wild, these wild things going on in the world have brought to light that I completely forgot that there's a World Cup this year. Obviously, there's much bigger things going on in the world, but I had completely forgot that the World Cup was happening partially in the United States this year.
And for a lot of countries, this is a huge deal. I mean, you
Yeah.
work 4 years to get to this point. And then with like the spots they're going to have the World Cup at, they've been building this up for years.
Mm-hmm.
It goes into you have to make like a bid just to have it and stuff like that. Because one of them is in Kansas City actually, which is the
Yeah, there's
closest to
games
us.
like all throughout.
Yeah, but that's the closest one to where we live. And I've heard that the tickets are impossible to get.
Oh yeah,
But
it's gonna be nuts.
yeah, it's gonna be exciting to watch. But like you said, over the next few months, it's gonna be interesting to see kind of how it all plays out.
Yeah,
When does it start?
I'll pull it up here, but the reason, like I said, it kind of popped up because obviously what happened over the weekend with the U.S. and Iran, I didn't even realize that Iran might be in the World Cup, and I think it said they had qualified. And obviously, we've seen countries be excluded from international games with, like Russia and the Olympics and all that stuff. But I didn't even, think of when or the possibilities of that happening. It says June 11th to July 19th.
Yeah, so that's pretty soon,
close.
actually. Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be interesting to see how that all plays out in the media and just in sports itself. My floater is golf simulators because I got to go to one today. Those things are like one of the coolest things of all time. We don't really give them the respect that they deserve for where we live.
Yeah.
Because we live in an area where 4 to 5 months a year, maybe more, you can't golf outside. You can't go outside. You can go outside, but it's cold. And you think about the technology that goes into it. It's kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Like you're hitting a golf ball into a screen with just this little device behind you that somehow tracks it to go 200 and something yards off a tee and stuff like that, or a little chip, or even some of them have like you can putt on them. I mean, it's crazy to think that like just thousands of people have in their house a simulator that they golf in.
Yeah, it's cool. Like with like you said, especially in the winter months here, um, and before modern technology, you hit into a net and hope you're making good contact. And I don't know how accurate a lot of these simulators are, but even just to get a couple swings in the off season does help a lot.
Yeah, I don't really put too much stock into like the caring of like, oh, well, this probably wouldn't go here. That's not why you're doing a simulator. You're not doing a simulator to see, oh, this is my best round of all time. You're doing
Right.
it because you want to swing the golf club that you don't get to usually swing for months and get
Yep.
ready for the season. And to be able to do that in like say random garages or something like that or basements, that's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, if we could go back like 60 years and tell golfers back then, like this awesome technology that we have, they'd think we were out of our minds.
And really, truthfully, I mean, you can buy like the things that go behind where you're gonna hit the golf ball for $7,800, and then you'd have to build the screen and stuff. Looks like a little over $1,000. That's pretty crazy to think that you could do it for that. I mean, that's pretty cheap for what you get to do.
Big time. They're pretty sweet, man. I miss the days of one we had in town, and obviously we know someone with one now. I think that's the key. You got to get someone. You got to know someone that has one.
Yeah, you have to know someone that has the area.
Yep. It's like a boat. You don't necessarily need a boat. You need a friend with a boat.
Yeah, you don't want a boat actually. You want to be able to just go on somebody else's boat and hang out for a while and then go home.
Exactly. Let's shift gears into the TCF Sports Minute. We'll get started with the Blackhawks. They are sitting at 22, 28, and 9, 53 points still, 12 points off of the wild card, and it's not getting any better. They're the fourth worst team in the NHL, and I know, yeah, everything's a part of a process, but let's not beat around the bush, dude. We're in like year 4 or 5 of a rebuild that is not going anywhere.
I think it is going somewhere. I think that the talent is
We've
there.
gone from the second worst team to the
I know, but that period of time when Bedard was out was big, and they thought they're what, like 5 games below 500.
22, 28, and 9. So really, like,
like
that, 13.
That third number always confuses me.
Yeah.
But I think you just kind of chalk the year up. You're gonna have a full off season, and you just want to keep Bedard healthy. And I think that there is progress going on there. I know it's hard to just say when you're not making the playoffs and you're not winning a lot of games, but I really do think that they have a core there.
Yeah, I see. I don't even know if I believe that though.
I
just feel like in year 4 or 5 of a rebuild, you should be closer to you should at least be in the playoffs, especially in hockey that has a large playoff pool. And all you've done was gone to the worst team in the NHL to the 4th worst team.
But this rebuild really got going at the beginning of this year when they got the young talent up. I know it's been a process for a while that they've been trying to get draft picks, but I mean, it's been a probably 2 to 3 year real process. And I think that you kind of just got to trust it. I think that there is progress going on, and you said it's tough to see that going on when they're not doing very good. But I mean, Bedard is good. I think that they're going to make some moves this offseason. And yes, you want it to be going quicker, but unfortunately, maybe sometimes that doesn't really happen. I mean, the problem is we had those 5 years of just excellence of 3 Stanley Cups. We had Kane, we had Taves, and it's been so long since then that it's just tough. And you don't want to waste Bedard either.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know he's only, 20, 21 years old, but dude, it just feels like it's the same thing. All right, so I'm pulling this up since 2020. All right, right here. They have not had over 33 wins since 2016-17, or 36 wins.
Yeah.
That's
Not
almost
good.
10 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, they won in 2015. So that was right after that.
I mean, the drop off. So they went 33 wins in 17-18, 36 wins in 18-19. And then it's been 32, 24, 28, 26, 23, 25. That's
Yeah.
awful.
I think they'll make to at least 30 something this year. But
yeah, potentially. Because 22, they still got like 20 games left. They're going to have to go like 500, and I don't know if they're going to do that.
No. But yeah, it sucks. But I think that
I'm also probably just sour because I've seen how poor what's going on in the same building, and it's starting to feel similar to the Bulls.
I don't think it is. I trust the Blackhawks a lot more than I trust the Bulls.
But why? It's been 10 years.
I know, but I know. It's just, I guess it's just what you think in your head of what the organization is, but I guess both of them, it's tough.
Yeah, that's true.
United Center is kind of sad right now.
It's incompetent on both sides. Speaking of the Bulls, they are 24-36. They're the 12 seed. They've lost 11 in a row. Me and Zach were just talking about they're playing as we record.
They can't even lose right.
No, they're going to win. They're up 20 with a minute left. So
what I mean
the
is
game winning streak is over.
It doesn't even matter. Like they could lose almost every game. They're still not going to be the worst team. Like they got bad, really bad, like at the wrong time.
Yep.
They should have gotten really bad at the beginning of the season. Not started off 5 or 6-0 and stuff like that. And
yep. Currently the ninth worst team in the NBA.
And then what? We have all these draft picks because we really trust the organization to make draft picks? No.
Yeah, the same front office that drafted Patrick Williams.
That still has Patrick Williams, that traded AO, that traded Kobe White.
Williams because most other teams' GMs are is at least semi-intelligent as us to know that he stinks and he can't score and he doesn't belong on an NBA basketball court.
It's just crazy. And then, like, I still don't get the AO trade. Like, he was one of the pieces that you wanted to keep. I still don't understand that.
I agree.
You keep Patrick Williams, which I guess there's probably no market for Patrick Williams. Like, no one was really going to take on that money.
Basketballs for Patrick Williams right now.
Yeah. Really, Matis and Josh Giddey are like the two guys that will probably be around. Like after, I guess this, I don't even call this a rebuild. This is just like a breakdown.
Yeah.
And
I think
who this makes look good? This makes Gar Pax have got to be looking at this like, you know what? Look, we weren't the only. AK is not doing what he needs to be doing.
But who's ever going to for Jerry Rice?
Yeah, that's what I mean, though. I mean, it's just maybe it's the hiring process. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if like old school Jerry West from the 70s and 80s building.
Well, Jerry Krause, I don't know if Jerry Krause could. I mean, Jerry Krause built the team that won 6 championships in a row.
And I've been one that has stood on the soapbox for AK, and I'm not gonna say that he's completely doesn't deserve any blame, but at this point it's clearly starting a little bit higher than the general manager.
I think he got more time than he should have because people did not like what happened, like the general manager before him. So he got more of like a leeway of, oh, at least they're not here. And now it's like, what have you done that is right? What decisions have they made that are correct? Markkanen, he got good when they got rid of him. I mean, I don't even understand. AO was a player that you were building up, got rid of him. Patrick Williams, terrible pick. Matis is a good pick, but I mean, still has to play out.
Yeah.
What else on that team as of right now was a decision that they made that went correctly?
There's not any.
No.
Yeah.
And 3/4 of that team will not probably be there next year.
Yeah. Mock draft has him taking Keaton Wagler, the kid from the University of Illinois, at 9.
And then the most exciting thing that's happening with the Bulls is Windy City.
Yeah.
Matt McClung is like the
Yeah, and
leading
even
scorer
that,
in the
I
G
saw
League.
on social media today they were down 72-36 at half today.
Yeah, but he's like the leading scorer, and he's not even in the NBA.
Yeah,
Like, I don't understand any of this. I mean, I guess at this point you want to lose every game, but that's just like a cop out, I think, in a way.
I don't. Yeah, that's all it is.
It's like,
Let's
oh,
talk
we
about
suck
something a
because we
little.
want to. No, you suck because you made it that way.
Yep, exactly. That's what happens when bad decisions are made for years on end.
At least we
The
can move
Cubs,
on from this though soon.
Yep, the Cubs. Spring training's going on. They're not playing super well in spring training. They lost to the White Sox today. I think they're 2-5 in spring training.
I don't care.
I don't care about their spring training record. But I think Steele got cleared. Is that what the post was about the other day?
I'd seen he was pitching in the bullpen at like full strength. I don't know if he's going to be like actually facing like a live team, maybe like live BP. I don't know if I don't think he'll be on the roster right away. I think they're gonna have to give him some time because I mean, he got hurt in the first series. No, was it the first series last year against the Diamondbacks?
First
when
or second.
He got hurt.
It was
Bregman got his first home run today.
Cubs 4-6.
Bregman first home run. You're going to lose a lot of the players coming up here soon to the World Baseball Classic, so it's going to look even different. I'm excited. I'm very excited for the Cubs. I think they're going to be good. I think the division is definitely down. You always say that the Brewers aren't going to be good, and then they're good. I think the Reds are going to be the second best team easily in the division. I think that the Reds are going to be good this year. No, you never do, but I'm just saying, as of right now, roster-wise, I think that the Reds are a good team.
They made a couple moves, back. But I don't know if it's enough to go from the fourth team in the division to the second.
I don't know. You never know. It's how baseball goes. That the signing of Suarez was huge. I don't know if they have the pitching to make it a lot better, but I think that they will be a lot more exciting. The Cardinals are going to suck, which is awesome.
That is great.
And the thing that sucks about the Cardinals though is they're like, oh, we're in a rebuild, so that's an excuse. No, you just suck.
I will say this: the Cardinals have a really, really good farm system right now, though.
Well, yeah, that's usually what happens when your major league team sucks. So
yeah. Did you see they signed Michael Conforto?
Yeah, I like that. I think that he's going to end up with Iowa probably to start the season. But if they, I think which also is great for players on the Iowa Cubs. And then if they need him on the Cubs, then that's a great player to bring up, a veteran that can play the outfield. I think that's a great signing.
I agree. Especially one of the kids they brought over, I want to say it was from the Japanese or the Korean league, Tyler Austin, hurt his knee. He was going to be kind of in that same situation as Conforto, battling for a bench spot / being down at AAA. He hurt his knee and is probably out for at least a couple months. So that was not good to see.
No, but I think that this is going to be a good move. I mean, you can say what you want about it. I mean, Conforto hasn't had the greatest last few years, but he has played Major League Baseball for a long time, and he can play the outfield, and that's what we need.
And he's been with the Dodgers for a while. I mean, they know how to win. Let's not beat around the bush.
You think about it. They got Conforto, who has played a lot of playoff baseball, and Bregman, who has played a lot of playoff baseball, and that's huge. Going into the postseason, like last year, there wasn't much on that team that was experienced in the playoffs.
Big time.
So I think that would help too, just going forward.
Opening day, 25 days away from us recording. It is March 26th, and the Cubbies host the Nationals. Hopefully we can get started on the right foot there.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think I love baseball. It's a sport that's there every day for you. You don't have to usually maybe a Monday or a Thursday off, but other than that, they're playing every day. And it just means that it's also the weather is going to be getting nice. But they start early. Man, they start early.
Yeah. At least they're not in Japan like they were last year.
Yeah, the 0-2 record last year, that should have never counted.
I agree. White Sox having a pretty decent summer, though. 7-4. Only real big news, Benintendi's still hurt. I know he's not much, but he still is their highest paid player. So probably want to see that guy come back healthy. But they're playing well in the spring. I mean, you can't.
I think this is the most excitement they've had in years going into a season.
And I mean, I'm not saying the White Sox are going to win the division or even get remotely close to the playoffs, but I think they're going to be better than they were last year and most certainly better than the year before.
Oh, yeah. I think they're going to be pretty. I actually think they're going to be pretty good in a division that I don't think is going to be that good. It's always up in the air. I don't think Detroit is going to be like they were last year. The Guardians, I mean, they're going to be pretty good. I think it's a division that I'm not saying they're going to win it, but I think they're going to compete in it. I don't think that it's like anyone can run away with it.
Definitely. And
did you see, 1 second. Did you see the Dodgers odds to win their division?
No, but I'm assuming it's
like minus like 500, which I think is insane. Like I know they're good, but to take like a flyer on the Padres is not that crazy.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think the Padres are going to be bottom out this year, though.
Yeah, I know, but still, I know what you mean. Crazy to win a division that's a lot of that's so much.
That'd probably be like what the Yankees were back in like the early to mid 90s when they just won every division. That is crazy. Before we move on, we got to give a big shout out to our friends over at Connect Roasters Coffee. They've got the best coffee around that you are going to find. They work with our guy, Ian Happ. They're in the Cubs clubhouse. What more do you need to know, folks? So make sure you get over to Connect Roasters Coffee. You can find them on X at Connect Roasters. Check out their website, connectroasters.com, and get yourself over to Bourbonnais and tell them the TCF boys sent you over for some coffee. So as always, a big shout out to our friends over in Bourbonnais at Connect Roasters. Let's move into our NBA roundup. We've got about 25-ish games left in the NBA season, but I wanted to bring this up, Zach, because the NBA playoffs and the teams in it almost seem set as of March 1st, which is kind of crazy because let me go through this in the East. The bottom 4 teams that will be playing in the play-in tournament are at least 2.5 if not more games up on the 11 seed, which is the Bucks. The Atlanta Hawks are the 10 seed. They're 2.5 games up on the Bucks and 5.5 games up on the Bulls. It almost feels like the teams that are in the top 10 in the East are going to stay that. And then in the West, the Clippers are the 10 seed, and they are 5 games up on the 11 seed in the Grizzlies.
Yeah, there's not much going on in the NBA for probably the last 25 games. It kind of drags out at the end of the season.
For sure. It kind of goes into the background again when the NCAA tournament and like college basketball starts, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I think like the real intriguing thing to me is almost more not who's going to be in the play-in, but it's going to be who's going to not have to play in the play-in because those seeds are kind of tight. Right now in the East, the 76ers are only up a game and a half on the Magic for the 7 seed. And in the West, the Lakers are only up a game and a half on the Suns for the 6 seed. So you kind of want to see who's going to jockey their way into not having to play in that play-in tournament.
Yeah, because that's huge because we know as Bulls fans, it's not very fun to be in that spot because it's hard to get in and then you got to go straight to a series against either the 1 or 2 seed.
Yeah, you're going to get in the West, you're going to get either the Thunder or the Spurs. And in the East, you're going to get either the Pistons and the Celtics or potentially the Knicks, who are only a game behind the Celtics.
Yeah, so it's very tough and it's hard to get. You have to play that tournament and you go travel throughout that. And the NBA playoffs they take forever too.
Yes, they do. And we talked about this, I think, on the last one, but this really feels like the haves and the have-nots. The Pistons are 5.5 games up in the East, and the Thunder are only up 2.5 in the West, but then the Spurs are they're up 5.5 on the 3 seed, which is the Rockets. So it's like I think there's 3 teams in the league that can win a championship this year.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's not much that I would think could compete other than those few teams. And that's kind of
maybe the Celtics if they get Tatum back.
And that kind of sucks too. I mean, it just makes the playoffs not very exciting.
But in the same breath, though, if there's an upset in the first round or even the second round, that could make things really interesting
It
for
could,
the
but
rest.
I don't see it. I just don't see how it would go down. But maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But in a 5-game series, it's just tough for an underdog like that. But it is the NBA. And I know this sounds like an old man, but sometimes players don't really get going until the playoffs. So in the whole load management and stuff like that, you never know who's trying the hardest throughout the season. But when the
Yeah.
playoffs do start, you know that you will get everything, hopefully, from the players, and you just never know.
They did. I think Adam Silver came out during the All-Star break weekend and brought up some different ways to prevent tanking. There was one I had seen. I didn't know what you thought about this, but it was something about locking in the draft order at the All-Star break. So wherever your record was at the All-Star break is where like your percentage of ping pong.
I don't like that.
I do too, because that
I
still
don't like it.
incentivizes teams to hold on to guys and try. At some point, or try to win games early in the season, and then once it's like near the trade deadline, it's like if you want to move guys, it's not gonna,
I know, but I think that it just some teams like it's just you need those last few games to maybe suck. I don't know. I think that that's kind of weird, but I don't really know if that might just change how they do it before the All-Star break. I think teams are just going to adjust to any of these tanking rules and just still tank, but do what they need to do to be the bad team when they need it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm interested to see what they're going to do because it's clearly an issue, dude. Like, I don't want to go to the Bulls. I don't like active. I go to like a Bulls game every 2 years. But like, I won't. I don't even watch the Bulls games right now. You know what I mean? I follow along.
There's no point. I mean, they're going to win today, but they've lost 11 straight. They still stink.
Yeah.
And really, truthfully, you want them to. That's the tough thing about the NBA and stuff like that. Like when you want a team to suck, like that means you have to watch your team be bad.
Well, I also think there's something to be said, like kind of with the Texans a couple years back. Like those guys that are on the court still want to win.
Oh yeah, I mean everyone wants to win. Everyone needs to play for a contract or for the next year to stay in the NBA. But it's just how the teams make the rosters too.
Definitely. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But moving on to some college hoops, my favorite time of the year. Conference tournaments actually start this week. I want to say the Sun Belt or one of the mid-majors start on Tuesday.
And some of those
let's
can be
go through here real quick.
Exciting too. Those can be more exciting than like the Big Ten or something like that.
Well, and like
because those teams are playing for the one spot.
Yep. And that's like what was really cool. I want to say it was the Sun Belt. The top 2 seeds get like a 5-game bye.
Yeah, because you think about it. You think about like usually like the Big Ten or the SEC, both teams in the championship game are going to be in the tournament.
Yeah.
A lot of these little conferences, one of those 2 teams are not going to make it in the championship game.
Yes. Big time.
So I think that makes it more exciting to watch.
I'm totally with you. We're going to do a real quick snake draft here. We're going to go 5 teams. We're going to pick who's going to be the NCAA champion, but your 5th team has to be a mid-major that's going to get 1 win. That's going to pull 1 upset. Are you ready?
Do we have to start with the good teams and end with the bad?
Not necessarily.
So I can start with the team that I think is going to make a run?
Yeah, go ahead and take Miami of Ohio.
I think it's going to be Miami of Ohio, dude.
They're not.
Dude, yeah, dude, they pull out these games.
They play nobody.
I understand that, but they still win.
Okay, their best case scenario, Miami of Ohio is going to get a 9 seed and have to do the play-in, and they're going to play Ohio State and lose.
But they played big time games already. That not like good teams per se, but there is something on the line every single game.
I see what you mean by that.
So like the build up to the tournament is like going to take away almost from the first game of the tournament because you've been playing these tough games all year. Not tough games, but win or go home games, pretty much, if they make it to that spot.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'm going to pick with my first round pick. Give me the Michigan Wolverines. I think Michigan's the best team in the country. And then I'll also take – I can see Arizona winning it.
I think I'm going to take Houston and Kansas.
Oh,
I think
so
Kansas
Duke in the third round.
You can have them. I think Kansas is good. They're getting a lot of whatever for the guy that is it Peterson?
Who never plays.
But he's been hurt. I mean, I think that he's getting some bad press, dude. Bad press.
Hurt.
Oh, give me a break.
Hurt.
I'm so tired of
He's not hurt. He's trying to save his draft stock.
Duke, the boozer kid, I'm not that high on Duke.
Oh, I'm not like I personally think AJ DeBonce is the best player in the country, and I'll die
easily. But he's not the BYU is not going to make it far. I don't think so.
Their second best player is out for the year with an ACL tear, though.
He is their best player, and it's by far. So that's not great. But I don't like Duke, and I don't want them to do good. I'm so tired of Duke. And I mean, they lost to North Carolina. I don't think that they're this wrecking crew of a team. I think there's so much, what you would say, parity in college basketball that Duke could go out early.
I don't think
any of these teams could. I mean, it's just how it is.
Wait, so you took Houston and who? Iowa State?
Kansas.
Oh, Kansas. I'll take Iowa State at the. I don't truly
blew it yesterday.
Yeah, I don't know if I truly could, like, if I close my eyes and I picture a team holding up the trophy, I don't know if I could see Iowa. I'll change. Give me. Can I have my Gators?
You can have them. I'm taking Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State's tough. Dude.
They're tough and they're coached really well. And they play a lot of good teams, a lot of good games, big time games. You know, I think Iowa State, I watched them yesterday. I don't know, maybe it's just one game, but they looked bad at home.
Yeah, that was
in a game that they should have won.
Let's talk about one that we're missing out of the top 10 that's very local. Illinois. I
don't trust them. You like them?
No, I don't. I can't.
I don't either.
In my head, Illinois holding up the national championship trophy.
They let that game against Michigan get out of hand the other night.
Yes, they did.
And I don't know. I think they're ranked where they are because they're in the Big Ten.
Yeah, they're good. Don't get me wrong. I do think
I don't think they're national championship winners, though. They're not going to win the Big Ten.
Yeah, no, I don't think so either.
I think that Michigan or Michigan State will win the Big Ten Conference tournament. I think Michigan has already locked up the 1 seed.
Yeah, they've at least a share, I think. Dude, did you see Florida beat Alabama yesterday by 34 or something?
No, Arkansas, wasn't it?
Oh, it was Arkansas. And then
I think Arkansas is overrated.
Todd Golden get into it with Cal.
Arkansas 20th in the country is crazy.
Dude, Arkansas has been on a tear though lately.
I know, but I think a lot of it goes into their coach.
Yes. I love that Golden was getting after Calipari. I love that. The guy's such a good coach.
Yeah, he's a good coach. They got a good team. I think they're going to win the SEC tournament pretty easily.
Yeah, I don't see, but I could also see him getting tripped up in like the semifinal or something.
I don't know. Alabama's down. Auburn's down. I mean, I just think that the SEC is kind of down this year. I mean, Tennessee's pretty good. Florida's good. I think, like I said, I think Arkansas is maybe. You said they've won some good games, but I still think they're a little overrated.
Yeah, their big losses came early in the season. Like they lost to Duke, they lost to UConn, and those all happened before Christmas.
But that was ugly against Florida. I mean, that was terrible.
Wait, who?
Arkansas.
Oh, sorry, I was talking about Florida. Yeah, Arkansas. They're so They're
I mean,
so streaky.
that looks terrible as a resume builder. You're 20th in the country, and you go in and there's one thing to lose, but then another to lose bad.
Yeah. Yep. I agree.
I mean, that 7'9" kid got in.
Yeah, Olivier Rioux. My final team that I think is going to pull an upset. This is a team, and this is just because my poor wife has to watch bad West Coast basketball almost every night. I have seen this team play many times, and I'm going with the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors.
You know, I got one too. St. Mary's. They beat Gonzaga last night for a share of the WAC. Dude, I think St. Mary's is a good team.
Not the WAC, the West Coast Conference.
So, sorry, the
WCC.
Sorry.
Yep.
Close enough.
You're good.
But yeah, I think St. Mary's is a good team. I watched them last night. It was another late game against Gonzaga. They came back and beat them. I think St. Mary's could make a run in the tournament too.
I don't disagree with
I think Gonzaga is always overrated too.
No, stop it. Mark Few is one of the best coaches in basketball.
I'm not saying that he's not a good coach, but what I'm saying is they don't play that good of teams.
In the non-conference, they do. They can only do so much about their conference schedule.
Change conferences.
They are. They're going to the Pac-12 next year.
See, I think that's going to be a real test for them, which I think is exciting.
But it's essentially a glorified West Coast conference, though. It's like Oregon State, Washington State. It's not like the old Pac-12.
And if you're St. Mary's, you're loving it because you're going to win that conference easy.
Yeah, you're going to dominate that conference. Dude, this is the best time of the year. I have been so deep in college basketball stuff. It's not even funny.
And you know what? It's fun to argue about teams. You know what I mean? That's what the March Madness is all about because there's so many teams that have a chance this year.
Especially right now because everybody theoretically has a chance.
Yeah, everyone has a chance. There's a MAC team that has a chance. There's little conferences. There will be a team that makes it into the tournament that technically has a chance. I mean, we've seen the 16 beat the 1 seed already. Yep. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but we've seen it, and it could happen. I mean, especially now with the transfer portal.
Yes, big time. Big time. It's the best time of year. Let's wrap things
really,
up.
Truthfully, you're seeing players that would maybe go to a big school and play a little bit, go to these smaller schools, play a year there, and then transfer to bigger schools later on.
Yep.
With a year of college under their belt and some stats and stuff like that. So that's making these smaller teams better, I think.
Oh, big time. Big time. You're definitely seeing more parity in college basketball than we've ever seen.
And I hate to be this way, Boomy, but it's why NIU needs to do a lot better.
Yeah. I've been on this train on Twitter for a long time.
NIU is a good school, a good program. It should be. They have a great facility, and it should be like a stepping stone to go to bigger schools. And that's what they should like sell themselves as. Like, hey, go here for a year. We know you're not going to be here for 4 years if you're that good. But hey, come here for a few years, and then maybe you could go to a big conference or something like that.
Amen. I'm disgusted at the NIU men's basketball. They got boat raced the other day by a bad, I think it was Central Michigan team.
Speaking of Miami of Ohio, they had a chance against them and then got beat.
Did. Yeah, they're not good. They've got to get a new face. This is not working.
They play in a really cool place.
In front of 9 people.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's 9 more than should be going to those games. No one should be having to watch that. And I've watched them play probably 17 times this year.
Yeah, I mean,
shout out ESPN Plus.
Yeah. See, that's what too. Like these teams are always available. They should be promoting that as, hey guys, we're gonna be on ESPN Plus. Like you're still on TV.
Yeah.
And then guess what? You get some recognition, you play well, and then maybe you can move on.
Absolutely.
It sucks to have to like say that as a program, but you got to know where you're at and start somewhere.
Understand what your place is in the landscape of things.
Yeah, you're going to make money off of it. There's money to be made, but you just have to do it.
You got to do it correctly.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, let's wrap things up, Zach. As always, we've got the TCF top 3, and we are going to do the 2026 spring training hats for Major League Baseball. They're all pretty similar. They all have this cactus design or a fruit design, depending on where you play your spring training hat. They're nothing crazy. They're definitely not the best batch of spring training hats I've ever seen. But do you want to go first or do you want me to? No Cubs can get drafted since we're both Cubs fans.
I'll go first. I'm going with the A's. I like that A's hat.
I was going to take that number one. I don't know why I like that one so much.
It's very bright yellow, but like it makes sense with the green bill, which I have on right now. Well, I guess
that was going to be my 1-1 too. I should have just jumped in and taken it. Now I got to pivot here. All right. I'm going to go. There's a lot of good hats. There's not many great hats in this bunch, in my opinion. I know it's probably just chalky because they're already there, but the Diamondbacks, that the cactus it makes sense with the Diamondbacks hat. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I like that one.
Like it makes sense. Kind of the same with like the Florida teams and the grapefruit that are on those. So I'll go with the Diamondbacks in my first round. My second round, I'm going to go the Orioles. I don't know why I like that orange and black so much, but it does look good with that little flower piece they've got on it.
I'm going to go with the Mets because it's something different. That's cool. I mean, say what you want. I mean, it's different. It's not like the same logo that everyone else has.
Yep, that's a good pick. I probably would have taken that in the third round if you didn't take that.
And then I like the A's, the Arizona. You already took them. Sorry.
Yep.
My bad. I'm gonna go with the Marlins. Another one. It's different.
Yep, that's a good pick too.
Like they should have like the Cubs and like the Reds and stuff. Like okay, we get it. Your C is always there, but like let's put something else on there, like the bear, Cubby Bear, or something like that, or the Reds mascot or something. Like, why did some of these teams go that way and some of them didn't?
I agree. I think that Mr. Met one's pretty sweet. My last pick, I'll go with the Mariners. I just think that teal looks good with the. I know I got two teal hats now with the Diamondbacks and the Mariners, but that one does look pretty good with the little cactus flower there. Are there any in this group that you're like, this is stupid, other than the Dodgers?
Padres and Pirates? They look the same.
See, but the Pirates don't really wear yellow caps, though, very often.
But, I mean, if they played against each other, you wouldn't know who's who.
Yeah. I kind of like the Tigers one.
I'm not a huge fan of the Kansas City Royals because it blends in too much. They should have made the KC maybe like a different color.
The White Sox one is solid. I'll say that.
Well, yeah, it's always... they have a great color scheme, I'd say.
They really do.
You know, I do like the Cubs hat, but I mean that's been done so many times. They could have done something different.
Yeah, but they don't do a ton of light blue.
No, but they've been doing a lot more the last few years.
Yeah, I agree.
With the City Connect jerseys and stuff.
For sure.
I mean, the Brewers do have a cool logo.
The what?
The Brewers, they do have a cool logo.
Yeah, as much as I hate the Brewers, I don't disagree.
I couldn't pick them, but I do think that the glove is pretty cool.
Always. Well, let us know, folks, which one are your favorites, which ones you hate.
Oh, wait, also with the Rockies. That's a great color scheme.
Yep.
They're the only purple in baseball.
I completely agree. We do need more purple teams in baseball.
Shout out Chris Bryant, too.
Yeah, you got to feel for the guy. That sucks.
Yes.
But that's going to do it for us. That was episode 275. As always, we appreciate you guys checking in. We are continually working. I promise we're trying to get more regular with our schedule. It's a little more difficult with a night shift and a 2-year-old being involved, but I promise we're working on it. But as always, guys, thanks for checking us out. Make sure you find us on X at @typical_Chicago, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Give those pages a follow. Find us on YouTube for all the content in video form. Subscribe, rate, review, 5 stars wherever you get your podcast. You can find me on X at BoomyTCF and Zach at ZAlilia_TCF. Zach, I don't even know if I've told you, I've gotten a little bit more video recording equipment, so we got to start planning some trips here for this summer, buddy.
I'm down. I got plenty of time on the weekends to do trips, so
perfect. Perfect. But that's going to do it for us. As always, guys, thanks for checking in. That was episode 275 of Typical Chicago Fans. We love you all.
Peace.